Hello, dear students. Welcome to this video lecture series. This is your teacher, Professor Nirmal Kumar Swain, Department of Library and Information Science, MDU Rohtak. We are developing couple of videos, and it is available different platforms like YouTube and in our university portal also for our students. So we are discussing a paper called Academic Integrity and Plagiarism. So we were at the second unit of the paper, and so today's in this video we'll discuss about copyright and fair use. Many times people, students confuse, and whenever I organize any or conduct workshops on academic writings, thesis writing, synopsis writings, or integrity and plagiarism. So it's a general question that how to differentiate between copyright and plagiarism. So anyway, before coming to that, we must know that what is copyright. Copyright is governed through Copyright Act. In India, we have Copyright Act 1957. So in every country, especially developed countries or civilized countries, or these days almost the countries they are having this Copyright Act is made, and although all the Copyright Acts of the countries have a root to the Queen's copyright laws of Britain. So and different amendments are coming in between, like we have a 57 Indian Copyright Act, and we have different amendments. Amendments are like changes made into the act, and by the development of the information technology and different social media and internet, so that we need to change our things. So it is altogether different things, and largely the law students, students study all these, but this copyright has a impact or very much relation with our academicians. As doctoral students, as young minds, I would tell you only those aspects which serves as a very background to the Copyright Act. It is an act, it's a kind of rules and regulations, and all the copyright related issues are governed by this act, like in India we have. Okay. So there it is act, and there are clauses and many other acts also. It has a clauses, sub clauses, and again points, sub points. Okay, and each and every word is described particularly. So here we need to understand what is copyright. Okay, copyright is a right to a copy, like author as the copyright holder. Normally the authors are the copyright holders, but copyright holders can be non-authors also. Okay, we are not going into that. The copyright holders have right to not to allow any any copies of the work for commercial use. Very quickly, very squeezing the things, because very difficult to develop within 5 to 10 minutes video. So the very briefly saying, like whenever it is the Copyright Act grants the benefits of copyrighted work to the author, because author takes it's years together, their hard work to produce a book. Example is a book. So the author should enjoy all the benefits, societal benefits, then economic benefits and status benefits, all kinds of benefits the author should enjoy. This is the logic behind it. So the others should not, you may use for your academic purpose, but not the commercial use, especially commercial use, like you cannot photocopy and distribute, because there is a publisher who brings out the book to the market and keep some kind of economic benefits, and out of those benefits and pays to the authors for as a royalty, as well as apart from the economic benefit, the authors get also the avail the social status also. Okay. So it is commercial benefit is given. So copyright is that like a right to copy, or it is some kind of restricted rights are given to the copyright holder. So if you want to manipulate or explore some kind of further activities on the copyrighted work or a book, then you need to get the permission from the copyright holder. Sometimes the copyright holders are the publishers. So there are many things, we are not entering into it. Okay. So it grants the rights to the copyright holder. In toto, we can say it. Then there is explanation of what are the works comes under this copyright. As you know that this is part of intellectual property rights of a country, IP, intellectual properties. The copyright is one of the intellectual property rights, or IPRS or IPR, and others are patent, then patents, then trademarks. There are many IP laws are there. This copyright is one of the IP laws in any country. Okay. Then what kind of works it is defined, what kind of works are what kind of works come under a copyright, which is not in patent, because there is a differentiation between copyright, trademark, biological products, and other aspects are there. The country is developed, and the IP laws are also stressed or developed. India is also matching with other developing developed nations like America, Britain, and European countries. So we have a very specific and strong copyright act or laws through which our copyright related activities are governed in India. So maybe literary and dramatic works and computer softwares also. So sidelining these computer softwares and dramatic, we are concentrating on literary works. Literary works refers to not literature. Literary works refers to the academic publications, maybe a prose poetry and books and whatever is written and used in academic activities with a copyright holder, okay, which is published, rather not printed, simply published. Okay. So somewhere we have discussed about what is publication, what is copyright also. Secondly, we have time period also in copyright, to what extent a copyright holder can hold the copyright. Okay. So in India it is after the death of expiry, death of the authors, 70 years after the death of the authors. Okay. And it differs, sometimes 60, some country it is 70. So you must have seen some kind of books are very old, Britain popular books, and anybody can publish. If you remember, anybody can publish. There are many books available, maybe. Okay. So we must be astonishing that how a particular book is being published by many publishers. Okay. So this is one, and the copyright transferable also. I can transfer my copyright of my book to I can on basis of certain agreement, maybe monetary benefit, to someone else. So for that period the author would be Mr. X, to whom I transfer my copyright. Another aspect, a very broad aspect of this I am saying, then the infringement is there. Copyright infringement is that if someone violates the copyright act of a copyrighted work, like a photocopier, near the vicinity of universities and colleges, they do photocopy the entire book, the whole book, and distribute with a very very tiny amount, you know. So what would the publisher do? How publisher would give the royalty to the author? So that's why many debates are there in recent past also. Oxford University versus University of Delhi Photocopy, University of Delhi Photocopier Association. So it is now our major point of discussion is that fair use. Like copyrighted work, that doesn't mean that someone would enjoy the whole exorbitant kind of rights. So we have certain exception to that copyrighted work, and provided that the work fair use means it is used in educational purposes. Fair use means all the fair use is technically defined in different copyrights. So fair use is that it's an exception to use the copyrighted work, exception in using the copyrighted work. So like in that case we can educational purpose, education and research. Suppose a library can keep even photocopy of a book which is not available or rare kind of things. Even the fair use is that multiple copies can be done to distribute among the students in the classroom. Suppose a teacher is teaching poetry and we need to go line by line, and the book is very rare, the old classics. So in that case copyright holder cannot challenge the classroom people, the teacher or the university or college, like you are violating my work. So certain exceptions are there under the fair use concept. So copyright is very altogether lengthy things, but your concern is, as per the syllabus is concerned, it is a fair use. Okay. So only fair use is that the commercial versus nobody should be commercially benefited rather than the publisher and the author. This is the logic behind, objectives behind this. Only the commercially benefited benefits would go to the publisher, or by default the publisher out of those benefits certain amounts of fixed amounts of, or what is scheduled amount of royalty would be given to the the authors. So this is logic behind it. Hope you liked it. Thank you.